Okay, you've also learned that 1 mole is equal to the atomic mass from the periodic table in grams. So I gave you a periodic table without the element names, only the symbols and the atomic masses. And as long as those are in grams, that's equal to 1 mole of that substance. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to convert between grams, which is a unit for mass, and moles, and a couple of sample problems which are not in your chapter handout. Okay, so first we're going to do how many grams are in 1.2 moles of potassium. Okay, so you're going to put 1.2 moles of potassium in the upper left-hand corner, like this. Moles of potassium will go on the diagonal. Grams is going to go up on top because that's what I'm solving for. The number 1 gets written next to moles, so I put the number 1 on bottom next to moles of potassium. The molar mass for potassium on the periodic table is 39.10 grams. Now, you are only allowed to use the periodic table that I gave you a copy of. Okay, so anytime you're using, I left it in the other room. Anytime you're using, no, here it is. Anytime you are doing any calculations involving the molar mass, you have to use this periodic table. You cannot use anything else, okay? Okay, so since your molar mass is on top here, we're going to be multiplying 1.2 by 39.10. So 1.2 times 39.10 comes out to be 47 grams of potassium. I started with 2 sig figs and I'm ending with 2 sig figs. So anytime you multiply by the molar mass, you're going to be converting from moles to grams. So moles to grams requires you to multiply by the molar mass of the substance. Okay? Okay, now we'll do one more sample problem. How many moles are in 0.76 grams of hydrogen? Okay, so you're going to put 0.76 grams of hydrogen in the upper left-hand corner, like this. You're going to put grams of hydrogen on the diagonal, down here. And since you're solving for moles, you write moles up on top. Okay, the number 1 is always written next to moles, so we put the number 1 on the top next to moles. The atomic mass, or the molar mass, is going to get written next to grams, and that comes from the periodic table. So if you look at hydrogen, hydrogen has a mass of 1.01, but since I have 2 of them here, because I have H2, you would have to multiply it by 2 to give you 2.02 grams per mole. So we're going to put the 2.02 next to the grams. And this time we're dividing. So 0.76 divided by 2.02 is going to give you 0.38 moles of H2. Okay, you started with 2 sig figs, you're going to end with 2 sig figs. Anytime you anytime you convert grams to moles, you are dividing by the molar mass of that substance. So now you're ready to do Mole Calculations 2 worksheet, which is on the back of Mole Calculations 1. And you will be using the molar masses from the molar mass worksheet that we already corrected earlier, so you don't have to recalculate the molar masses and do all the work over again. Okay? And this is Mole Calculations number 2.